A rabid skunk caused quite a stink in Matthews County. An 81-year-old woman found it attacking her cows, and she feared she would be the next target. This happened at her farm on Buckley Hall Road in Matthews. The woman assumed the skunk was rabid and called animal control for help, but she is not happy with animal control's response. 10 on your side's Ann MacNamara found out why. Ann?
Nicole, I spoke with animal control today. An officer told me the skunk was killed before they could respond, so they didn't go to the house. Well, that response is unacceptable to the elderly woman who called, worried about a potentially dangerous animal. Joycey Davis doesn't mind telling you she's 81 years young.
Too bad. Truth is truth. Almost 82.
But in all her life, she was never as scared as she was last week when she came home to the cows acting funny.
Then I could see this thing on the ground, and it was jumping all around and running and chasing. Right after the cows, it would go from one to the other.
She saw it before she smelled it, a skunk nipping at their hooves. And being a country girl, it didn't take long to realize the skunk was rabid.
Thinking, what can I do? What can I do?
So she stayed in her van and called animal control for help. It was after normal business hours, so the officer wasn't in, but a dispatcher promised to contact him.
It was after 6 o'clock. Town kind of folds up at 6, you know. And so he said, well, he'd try to get him.
In the meantime, Davis called her nephew, who showed up with his gun and waited for the right moment.
The bull, who's the biggest one out there, he decided, well, he'd get away from it all, and he took off and started toward the barn, which is over that way where we feed the cows. And here comes a little skunk right along behind him, pursuing him.
Her nephew shot the rabid animal dead.
But there it lay. So I called the dispatcher back, and I told him we had killed the animal.
But no one ever came. The dispatcher told Davis how to clean up the carcass.
So that's when I said, well, I'm 81 years old, and I'm not going in that cow pasture to pick up that dead animal. I don't know that I even could.
The health department didn't come until the next day.
Well, it didn't seem to bother anybody that the thing was there, and that it was, you know, could have been a danger to anybody that got near it.
She worried about her grandkids who visit. Now, the health department does pick up the animals that are believed to be rabid to test them. Animal control tells us the health department could have been there sooner if dispatch had called the right phone number for the on-call worker. In reviewing this case, animal control found that number was outdated. They've since corrected the problem. I'm Ann MacNamara, 10 Your Side.